In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Mon Mothma for the Revenge of the Sith line. If I recall correctly, she is figure number 24. And at the time of this video, we're up to, I'm pretty sure, about 10 action figures from the Revenge of the Sith line reviewed on the channel. I do want to review the entire Revenge of the Sith line, at least the main line, at some point. And I'm pretty sure there's about 64, 65 action figures. So we're now approaching about a sixth of the way there, which is pretty good. And we got many more to get through. But for the purposes of Mon Mothma, I did not get this action figure at the time of the Revenge of the Sith movie. I actually got this at Toy Show for about $5. I'm pretty sure it was November of 19 is when I got her. So it's been about 4 years now at this point. And it's a fantastic action figure. So you might be asking yourself, oh, I don't recall seeing Mon Mothma in Revenge of the Sith. Well, unfortunately her scenes were cut. And you can watch the deleted scenes of her either on YouTube or on the Revenge of the Sith DVD. And they are pretty pivotal scenes, I would say. Mostly it's conversation based between Padme, Bail Organa, Mon Mothma here, and a few other senators as well. And it's basically the foundation of what would become the rebellion at some point. And after seeing them, you could say that, oh, I guess Padme did help the formation of the rebellion, which is pretty interesting. I would recommend checking those scenes out if you have never done so already. So I would assume as well, Hasbro didn't get the memo in time that, oh, Mon Mothma's cut from the movie, so don't make the action figure of her. And by the time they, I would assume Hasbro just assumed that she was going to be in the movie. But regardless, I'm glad that we did get an action figure of her because I'm pretty sure this was the last 3 3/4 inch Mon Mothma figure we got. There is one coming out soon, the retro line, which I will probably not get. Would be nice to get a TVC Return of the Jedi Mon Mothma. Well, who knows at this point. So as far as a standard, normal action figure of her, this is probably the last one we got, which is 18 years now at this point. We do have the Black Series one now, which I have reviewed on the channel. Depending on when you're watching this, it's probably either before or after this video you're watching. Which is a very nice action figure as well. Even though it's based upon her appearance from Andor, I treat this as like a Revenge of the Sith version. They look pretty similar other than the accessories. So it's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and just dive into this action figure. So it's not too bad of a likeness for the actress who plays as her. This was also during the time when Hasbro was making every single character that could be made for Star Wars, whether it was a blink or you miss scene or they were a main character. They got an action figure, and Mon Mothma here is one of those characters in Revenge of the Sith that you blink and you miss. Even with the deleted scenes, there's probably a grand total of maybe 2 or 3 minutes of footage of her. So it's a pretty nice action figure. You can't really do a whole lot with her other than have her stand in the background with maybe Chancellor Palpatine and the other senators and look good. But for being mostly a background character, she has a lot of nice detailing in her. As you can see in her senatorial robes here. Looks really nice. Some nice drape to it. Mostly an off-white. And she does have high-heeled boots, similar to the Black Series figure. But her boots are flush with her robes there, so you don't have to rely on her feet to have her stand. She's going to stand no matter what. Which is nice. So in terms of the articulation, she does have... I'll just take this off real quick. Technically that's a ball joint at the head. It's mostly swivel in motion though, but that's perfectly fine. She does have swivel shoulders, and swivel elbows, and swivel wrists. Technically she has a swivel waist there, but you can't get a whole lot of motion out of it because of her robes there, and no articulation in the legs at all. Well, it's not really necessary. She pretty much has all the articulation you could ask for. In terms of weapons and accessories, she does have this headpiece, which is completely cast in a silver color, which I think she looks more complete without it, or with it on. So you can see she kind of, or at least to me, she looks a little off without it. I imagine her hair was accustomed to have that on at all times. And I think the Black Series figure here would have looked nice with that as well. And she also has this silver baton, which unfortunately mine's a little bent, but that's okay. Nice sculpting work in that. I assume this is what she used when she's making her point or she's speaking, and she can point that around. And I'm glad for characters like this that at the time Hasbro still put the most amount of effort possible into the figure and even made all the accessories that you could really ask for with this. And then, of course, like many of the Revenge of the Sith figures, she does have a stand, which is pretty much pointless for her because she can stand well without a stand anyway. But even if you did want to put her on a stand, she's not going to sit on it very well because the holes in her feet are unfortunately at that angle where it sits up higher. So even if you put it into place, it's not going to stay no matter what. So basically the stand is just for looks. So rarely do I have Mon Mothma here with a stand. When I ever displayed, usually it's just like this. Compared to the Black Series figure here, obviously there's some differences, but they look pretty similar. A little bit of differences in the jewelry on her outfit there, and the robes are similar but different. They look really good side by side. Paint's pretty good in the face as well. Nothing looks sloppy or out of place. Hair is definitely much more red in this sample compared to the Black Series figure. But they're both good in their own way. I have no complaints about either one. So would I recommend this figure for your collection? If you're a fan of Mon Mothma, or you're a fan of senators, or the political side of Star Wars, or you just want some more background characters for your collection that for politicians or anything of that sorts, then yes, it's a highly recommended action figure. Personally, I'm a fan of Mon Mothma, so she was kind of a must-have for my collection. Even though I waited several years, it's one of those things when you're a kid, this isn't something that you're going to jump for joy over. You'd rather probably have a clone trooper over a senator. But as you get older, you appreciate these type of action figures a lot more. So in that case, I think she's an essential one for a collection. And I'm glad I have her. And I'm glad I have this Black Series figure now. Say I have just about all the Mon Mothmas that you could ask for, other than a Return of the Jedi one, which hopefully Hasbro gets to at some point. But anyways, I'll say that pretty much concludes this review. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for lots more reviews in the future. There will be many more to come. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way you know when more videos are posted, and I appreciate your support. And check out the description as well. Thanks for watching.